What's up, YouTube? Been a while, hasn't it? I haven't uploaded in like a month, besides the stream last night, but that don't really count. Anyway, if you couldn't already tell, we are doing another story time. Since the last one did so good, might as well do another one, right? So, this time around we are doing first quarter freshman year of high school. Which, if you don't already know, I'm a freshman currently, because of course I am. And, yeah, first quarter was so crazy, I might as well talk about it. Let's get into it. A few things to note before I start. Shout out to Robert for making this video first. Gotta give credit where credit is due. You can go watch his video after this one if you want, but he said it was completely fine if I told my side of the story, so might as well. And I will be making more story times in the future, so subscribe for that. Anyway, let's get into it. So, 8th grade is ended, summer has begun, and it is time for relaxation. You know, 4th of July, other stuff that summer has to offer, like pool parties, gaming, good food, all that stuff. Not have to worry about pesky school, all that good stuff about summer that we all know and love. Anyway, point is, summer was ending, and freshman year was right around the corner, which meant high school, which I was completely nervous for, I must admit, because it's high school, and it's a whole new thing, and it's 4 more years left before you either go to college or go get a job or do something better with your life. So I was nervous, but a couple weeks before we actually went in, I started communicating with my friends that I basically haven't talked to all year, trying to find out what classes they have, seeing if we have classes together, just talking, getting back together, just updating each other on life in general. So, I think it was 2 weeks before the start of the year, we did that thing where you go in and you meet your teachers and everything, except this time, you go in alone for the first part of the day, and for the second half of the day, your parents come with you, and you get to meet the teachers and everything. So, which I was nervous about, because I didn't want to roam the halls alone. Mainly nervous about getting lost, but that wouldn't be a problem, because, well, you'll see in a second. So, we get there, and we meet up in the gym. I eventually find my friends. We all sit together. We're all just making fun of each other, talking. The bros doing stuff. The boys, you know. So then the teachers eventually come out and it's like, good morning, all that stuff, you know, acting like they're happy to be there, but we all know they're probably not. So then, they tell us, you know, we're gonna dismiss you by your homeroom teacher, and your last name determines which homeroom teacher you go to, which I'm like, okay, whatever. Of course, my last name being one of the last in the alphabet, I get assigned one of the, I don't know, weird teachers with the other kids, which coincidentally, none of my friends have last names that are very close to the end of the alphabet. I mean, some do, but not as much as me. So, which means I have no good friends in my classroom. So, my teacher directs us to the classroom, and he talks to us, be like, you know, whatever, and I couldn't find a seat to sit in, so of course I had to sit in the front of the classroom, which made me prawn to him thinking, hey, this is probably a teacher's pet, let me talk to him. Which is the exact opposite of what I wanted. So he started talking to me, and he's like, oh, what's your name? And I'm like, Chase. And he's like, nice to meet you, Chase, nice to meet you. You enjoying freshman year so far? And I'm like, I just got here, what do you mean? So, yeah, we just started conversating, and he went down the attendance, and, you know, I had to do that thing where he's like, Michael? And he's like, and I'm like, I go by Chase. And he's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, my homeroom teacher was a bit talkative, but we don't I didn't really have to worry about that, seeing as, well, I'm not going to be seeing him much. So, then the rest of the day, we just went through my teachers, which I had history, math, gym, all that good stuff. Which I only had a few people per classroom, like, I had to talk to. Like, one of my classes had absolutely nobody to talk to, which sucked. So, then we finally get to the part of the day where the parents come, and they served us lunch, and they gave us I think pizza and water, like they usually do. I think they even gave us a cookie, like normal schools do. And yeah, the rest of that was history. And then the parents meet up. I showed them my teachers. I kind of got embarrassed by my freaking history teacher, because he basically gave me a quiz asking me, like, what he told me to get for my school supplies. And he's like, what did I tell you to get? And I'm like, I wasn't paying attention, so I just said something random, and he just stared at me. I'm like, what do you want from me? So, yeah, that happened. So, then finally, after that monstrosity was over, I thankfully remember where my classroom was, and a week or two later, it was officially time to start freshman year. So, we started it, and oh boy, was it wild. They treated the seniors like gods, sophomores flashing around their fancy keys, juniors just being kind of chill and probably the most actually cool people there, and freshmen's basically getting bullied. The normal high school formula. Well, at least for my school. So, first week of school, we're already going to have a pep rally because school spirit, am I right? Coincidentally, on the day of the pep rally, well, it comes to the end of the day, and boom, power shuts off. So, we're all just sitting there like, what just happened? Are we still going to have the pep rally? Some people started thinking, hey, what if we get our phones and do the thing where we flash like our lights and like light up the whole gym? And people are just like, dude, really? Unfortunately, towards the end of the day, the lights did come back on, and we did have the stupid pep rally, which, of course, it wasn't that big of a deal, just seniors being treated as gods, like usual. I don't think we really played any games, just hyping up the football players as usual. So the first week wasn't that bad. My classes, they weren't that bad either. If you don't know, I am a band kid, which he made us freaking stand up and like tell us what we are and what we play. So I'm like, hi, my name's Chase. I'm a freshman. I play the trombone. Not that cool, obviously, because it was kind of embarrassing, if I'm honest with you. Because I barely even stood up. I think I even tripped. So, the rest of the year happened. A lot of mediocre, crazy stuff happened. At one point, we even had a parade. That was crazy. Well, the parade wasn't even that good. It was just It was just homecoming queens and just the band throwing out candy. And the candy wasn't even that good. So what was the point of the parade? And it was cold as crap, too. Sucked. More recently, the power went out again. That was funny. Like, straight up, we were just chilling, and the power just goes out for like a while, and me and my friend were just sitting there playing Plants vs. Zombies, waiting for the power to come on so we can actually do gym. So stupid. Yeah, it was crazy. Eventually the lights did come back on, so we can actually do gym and do the pacer test, which is like the 6th one now, or 7th, I don't even remember. Too much to count for now, but that gym, whenever the lights were not on, that was straight out of a horror movie. You only had like one not very bright light at the very back of the room. God, man. That actually kind of freaked me out a little bit. Didn't scare me to the point where I pee-pee-poo-pooed my pants, but you know what I'm saying. See, yeah, that whole gym thing, that was crazy. A few more things throughout the year happened. People just being crazy overall. Yeah, for one of the days for Spirit Day was anything but a book bag day. And if your guys' school had that, you know how crazy some of these kids get. Like some kid, probably the best one, had a freaking shopping cart from the Food Lion that was not too far away. Like a full-blown, full-size shopping cart. Some kid had like this, I don't know, this like doll or like a freaking car attached to a string, and he would just like ride on it. It was enough to ride on. It was, I don't even know, bro. Some of the kids got wild. I didn't even bring anything for that day. I just stuck to my binder. Just, I don't know, trying to fit in, I guess. But, yeah, there's a lot of things that happened in this first quarter that was just crazy. Oh, God, and let me bring... this whole subject is probably enough for, like, a whole different video, and I probably will talk about it later. Driver's Ed. Oh, my God. So, if you don't know, whenever you turn 15, you could take a driver's education class. And, obviously, you take the class for, like, 2 weeks, you learn and teaches you how to drive, and then you gotta wait for them to give you the phone call, and then they tell you that, hey, we're ready for you to drive, and then you do the driving part. And then after that, you'll get your permit, turn 16, and you're on your way to getting your license and driving for real. And I'm going through that stage right now. So, me and luckily my friend took the class together, and it was freaking crazy, man. Like, most of the kids in there didn't even do the work. People were full on pulling out their phones and, like, looking up the answer. And the teacher was strict, too. One of the kids didn't show up for one day, one single day, and they kicked him out of the class. While, on the other hand, this kid had, like, 8 missing assignments, and he was still in the class from, like, the first week. It was crazy, man. I tried to keep up with all the assignments, but they would post like 3 assignments per day. And each of them took like 30 minutes to an hour to do. It was ridiculous. I made it through the class and I passed the exam. And I just got finished with the driving part. And I'll tell about the driving part in a whole different story time. Because that was insane. So yeah. Ready to get my permit now. Yeah. Yeah, the last few days before Thanksgiving break was also pretty crazy, too. We only had to go 2 days of school, and my freaking math teacher made us take a quiz. Hate when math teachers do that, while all my other teachers basically made us sit around and do absolutely nothing. My math class is crazy, though. There's these 2 kids, they're just so freaking loud and crazy. They basically get sent out every single day. The teacher's just like, go to detention, get out of my classroom, go to detention, every other day. And it's the same 2 kids. And I have basically no one in that class to talk to, except for my one friend, bruh. He's cool. But we're both socially awkward, so we don't talk. So, yeah, freshman year, crazy. And then we had this one day where we just kind of, I don't even know what it was. So, it was this thing called Powder Puff game, where the roles are reversed, where the boys would be the cheerleaders and the girls would play football. I'm obviously not that into sports, so obviously we're not just... People signed up, people did whatever, and just... I didn't even know when the game was supposed to happen. Like, they only told a few of us and never mentioned it again. Until it was right around the corner, and the day was basically a freebie, because it was just... So much happened on that day. I think there was like 2 pep rallies, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and it lasted for like an hour, like... where we actually played games and they called me to do stuff. And obviously I sat at the top because I did not want to get in front of the entire school and make myself look stupid. They played those classic pep rally games where they make you do like stupid stuff, like Heck, I don't even know what they made you do. They made you do some weird stuff out there. Like, at one point, they made, like, the freaking cheerleader and the football couples, like, just go out there on the mat and do some crazy stuff. Like, one guy started breakdancing, and then they started doing, like, some sexual stuff, and they're like, whoa, chill out! This is a school, man! It was freaking weird, and we loved it. But the games happened. My freaking band course teacher started, hosting it. That was pretty cool. The boys just sat up there, didn't do anything, just watched people just do things. Like, at one point they started to sit down on those, like, little roller things where you, like, sit down and you can roll over them from, like, elementary school. And they started collecting, like, laundry baskets and, like, scooping them up. And, like, I don't even know. I don't know what they were thinking. But we only had, like, 2 actual classes. Like, one was for an hour and one was just, like, for 30 minutes. The other classes we were in, like, for 5 minutes for attendance. Stupid. Yeah, it was just crazy, man. And then the actual game happened, and it happened for like 2 hours. So we were just watching the game, and nobody was even watching it. And it was freaking flag football, and kids just walked around the freaking stadium, and nobody was actually watching the game. Everybody was just on their phone, just waiting to leave. Oh, God. Another pep rally happened. That one wasn't that good. It was just a cheer on the football team, which the football team, I'm pretty sure, still lost because our football team sucks. But I can't make it any better because I'm not a football player. So, I believe that is most of the crazy stuff that has happened freshman year. I can't really think of most of it, so, most of anything else. So, yeah, thank you for watching. And this has been another story time with your favorite burger. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that has been freshman year of high school for me and the boys. Pretty crazy. And that wasn't even the year. That was just the first quarter. So there's so many more things to come. And I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, all that stuff. I will be uploading more, making more story times, and telling about my life. But until then, I will see you next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and just keep on being awesome out there, and do more stuff. So yeah, I'll see you next time, I guess. Peace!